You know how like when you see some kid like break his arm on a skateboard and your asshole tingles?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me more.
Hey, something's burning, something's burning, something's burning.
What are you drinking?
I know you guys are rednecks, so like. By the way, your accents are so aggressive still.
Really?
Of course. I wish my wife was here. Do you think it is?
Do you think that yours is? Because
I think mine's perfect.
Yeah, see, you sound like you have an accent, and we sound like we have an accent to you.
No, I sound like you. I don't sound like him. Like my wife sounds like him.
Oh, really? You should hear my wife
His
talk.
is worse?
Than yours?
Yeah.
Me and you are the same. You can tell we're from the South, but we can. There you go. But he reads like when you hear his.
You don't have an accent.
I said that.
He doesn't usually have one.
You can catch little things from me and him. Like, do you say y'all?
Yeah.
I say y'all.
What about me though? Everything?
You're like aggressive. The first time I saw you guys,
A little howdy doody.
I think you've lost some of your accent.
Hey, Bert.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to drink? I do anything. We got everything. We have my vodka, Porosos. We've got gin. We've got whiskey. We've got you name it. We've got it.
You got mezcal?
No, we don't have mezcal.
Well, I'm going to have some of your vodka, man.
Yeah,
Let's have some vodka. Do you want vodka sodas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can we get 3 vodka sodas, big glass, lots of ice?
That's great.
So which one's from Macon? You're from Macon?
I was born in Macon.
Okay. Have you been to Macon recently?
Not in years.
Okay. I've been to Macon a lot.
Oh, yeah?
I love Macon. I lived in Macon twice for almost 2 months at a time doing a TV show over the Macon Coliseum, the hockey rink. And then I just did a show at their new amphitheater. It's beautiful. I think Macon's a gorgeous town. I think that Mercer is one of the prettiest campuses I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that's where my dad went to law school.
It's got a great hospital in Macon. Great hospital. I mean, everything about Macon I just absolutely adore.
Did you checked out the hospital?
Well, I lived right next door to the hospital.
And you need to know.
I was just like, any place that's got a good hospital, that's like in the South.
Yeah.
Trust me, my father-in-law's in a place called Bowden, Georgia, a town of like 700 people.
How's your hospital?
Not very good.
Yeah.
Doc Johnson, as a matter of fact, is selling his house. He's got 4 ATVs. And yeah, we just got an offer. You want to buy Doc Johnson's house? And I was like, Doc Johnson, the same guy that told him every time he has an AFib problem to have a shot of white lightning and a peppermint stick?
I think the answer is yes. Except for the hospital thing.
Yeah, no.
That was the deal breaker.
That's why we moved to the Triangle, to North Carolina, which is where I met him in 1984, is for the hospitals.
1984?
Yeah, 40 years
Crazy.
of friendship.
Wow.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Yeah.
40
Thanks
years
for
of
having
friendship.
us.
No, it's a pleasure. You guys,
And 40 minutes of new friendship.
hey, by the way, I'd love to be friends with you guys. I think I drive you nuts. I drive him nuts. Like,
You play golf, right?
yeah, I just got a new set of PXGs.
I don't play golf.
You don't?
You play golf, you can play the guitar.
Yeah,
See, he can't do either one of those things.
really?
You can be his friend. He'll tell me about it. He needs more friends.
Wait, what are your interests?
I'm actually a good friend. Like,
Yeah.
I have friends.
Yeah?
Only friend you have is me.
That's not true.
There's a guy that we
I'm
have.
playing golf with a new friend that I made.
That's because
Last week.
I pulled him aside. There was this guy that I saw that Rhett was hitting it off with a guy. I pulled him aside. I said, he needs a friend. He needs somebody to play golf
Before
with.
you asked him that, we had already set a tee time.
I was like,
Before you even asked him that.
make sure he follows through on that because he needs somebody else in his life besides me.
Making friends is so hard.
Yeah, it is.
And especially if you're famous and a famous person wants to be friends with you, you're always like, all right, what's going on here?
Yep, yep.
Like, hold on. Is this, I'm married, Like, I like Elliot.
Start with that.
Elliot Gould tried to be my friend. And
That's good. What? Does he not live near a hospital?
No, I look to you. Like, if Elliot Gould was like, gave you his phone number, was like, hi, I find you very interesting. Call me. Maybe we'll go to dinner one night. You'd be like, cool. Never calling that number.
Yeah, I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on you to be more interesting than you actually might be.
That's it. That's
Right.
so. That's like.
Yeah.
See, like, I don't
feel any pressure.
You don't overthink things. I don't think.
Nope. It's
I
too
overthink
hard.
things.
He underthinks things, yeah.
I used to think a lot.
Really?
And then
The good old days is what I call
there
it.
was a point when I was like, not worth it.
It's
It's
not
not
worth
worth
it to
it.
think.
I mean, look at what I do.
Yeah.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
How did you guys get to where you are? Like it's a really
doing most of the thinking.
For real? Yeah. So like, okay, because
he was extremely ambitious and confident.
Yeah.
And I just knew where to position myself.
Which is what, right in front of me?
The wind beneath your wings, man.
You guys have been doing it since 2006. You've been making content.
Yep.
Which is, you gotta understand, I don't think anyone understands. We heard about the idea of making content, but no one actually did it. No one was like, yo, this is a great idea, let's double down here. No one did, absolutely no one did. In 2006.
And we actually were doing it a little bit before that too. Before YouTube, we just had a website, just posting stuff on the website.
Because we had,
we didn't know
we
what
had
we
no
were
other
doing.
lane. It's like, we talked about wanting to be filmmakers when we were in like middle school, high school, but then, you know, we got engineering degrees because in Harnett County, growing up, wanting to, like, we were those guys who would make videos for like school projects and stuff, but we never made a connection between the desire that we had to do those things and like to entertain and a legitimate career in entertainment. Like there was a complete disconnect between what we were interested in, which was that, and a path to get there. I mean, so the videos we have whenever YouTube came about, I mean, somebody stole a video off of our website, ripped it.
That's how it got on YouTube.
Re-uploaded to YouTube, and we were like, why do we need to be on YouTube? We have a website. So it's not like we had this grand vision.
Oh yeah.
But then it got more views in a day than it got on our website the past year, and we didn't have to pay for people to watch it through QuickTime on our web, which we had to do on our website.
Like it's traffic. The rate was traffic based, so the more people that came to our website, the more we had to pay.
Yeah, that's wild.
So we're like,
so
okay,
then we
should
started
do
doing
this
it
YouTube thing.
intentionally in 2006. Yeah.
So we had a backlog of videos. We kind of uploaded those, but then we said, oh, this is a new audience. We should start trying to reach this audience.
Was at any point, and I'm gonna start cooking at some point, but I'm so fascinated by you guys because you really are so far ahead of the trend. To put things in perspective, Rogan didn't start doing his podcast until 2009. Did you ever create content and go, we're creating content for the YouTube community, or were you always doing it for yourselves?
We didn't understand the whole community aspect when we started, right?
Yeah.
In fact, we would go to these gatherings. They had what they called YouTube gatherings back in the day. And the first one that I remember was 789, right? It was July 8th, 2009 in Central Park. And it was like, if you're a YouTube creator, show up in Central Park at this time. And we just showed up.
It was like fan organized.
Yeah.
But it wasn't fan organized. It was creator organized because everybody was doing it sort of like everybody's doing it part time or full time or whatever.
All the fans also call themselves creators. It's like, well, you know, we can all start a YouTube channel. Let's meet up.
But we were a little cagey about like connecting with other people. We were like kind of isolated in North Carolina. We didn't really understand.
You were still shooting in North Carolina?
Yeah, because we didn't move out here until 2011.
Really? Okay. Wait. So when I started watching you, you were still in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Oh wow, yeah. That's so funny. You were in North Carolina doing this in North Carolina. By the way, that area in North Carolina in 2000. In 2000, I had friends that started a company called Zoom Culture. Out of North Carolina, that little triangle, there were so many tech companies there, and Zoom Culture was YouTube before YouTube, and they told it to me, and I still didn't get it.
Oh.
They said, no, you'll have a Zoom page, and I was like, I'm gonna have a Zoom page, and like, yeah, you'll create content, you'll post your content, people can watch your content from their Zoom pages, and I was like, okay, so you're telling me I'll get a camera and film myself talking, and well, I'll make money, and they're like, well, advertisers will pay. I was like, good call, guys. I think I'm gonna go make a movie. And then next thing you know. By the way, I haven't even introduced my guests, Rhett and Link from Mythical Morning. You guys are legends. They've been OGs in the game since day one. And because you guys are technically foodies, kind of, I would say.
Right.
We do eat a lot
Yes.
on camera.
I am keto. I've been keto for roughly in and out at times. When I'm partying, I fall out sometimes, but for like about over a year. And so my favorite thing in the world is a cheeseburger. So what I'm making, and I've seen these online, is I'm making pocket cheeseburgers. They're like cheeseburger pockets. We will fill the stuffings inside here. I have the meat here. And I've workshop these 9 different ways because I'm really interested in this recipe, and I think I perfected it.
So the shell or the outside of it is hamburger meat.
It's like a hamburger muffin. It's a burger bowl. It's a burger bowl.
Okay, I like that.
And they're not too much. Like you can have 4, and it's not a lot of meat. And
I love this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what I don't like in mine, but I'm gonna love it.
I'm curious to see what you don't like in yours. Is there anything off the bat that you're looking at?
There's one thing.
There's 2 things.
Okay.
Tell me what you don't like already. And
Tomatoes. No
Okay.
tomatoes for me.
Okay, done. No problem.
And no blue cheese for me.
Okay, no problem.
I like
got you.
everything else.
I don't want to have any modifications that the chef does not approve of. Okay.
All right, perfectly. Did we already put egg in this? Nope. All right, let's put some egg in this. Now, what I found as I made these is this 2 pounds?
That's roughly 2 pounds.
Yeah. What I found as I made these without egg and some breadcrumbs is it got really tough.
So you got some brisket there as well?
I was gonna put brisket in one, do a barbecue one. Mm-hmm. And and I go real thin on the where's the panko? Do I have it? It's right here. Yep. I go real thin on the whatchamacallit, on the meat. I just think that's the best way. So why food? Like what was the thing with food?
Clicks.
Really?
Yeah, because when we started Good Mythical Morning, it was the 2 of us behind a card table with a hole in it for our microphone to come out of the middle. So
It's great. It really was. When I first saw you guys, I was like, because it was before I even heard about podcasting. Like I remember hearing about like Ricky Gervais had a podcast. When I saw you guys, it was less of a morning show
And more of a podcast.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was short. It was energetic. I mean, the biggest one ever, the one that got passed around crazy, was you guys with the Carolina Reaper.
Yeah.
And it was fun because
Right.
it was 2 buddies who were talking to each other like 2 buddies, and it was like
it was real.
It's
It's unedited, like a podcast.
Yeah, and it's
That's the thing
unedited.
we thought from the very beginning, we were like,
We wanted to be able to upload it the same day.
we want
Oh,
to
that's
film
so
it,
smart.
upload it, so we're not gonna have many cuts in this thing. And we thought that would kind of play in our strengths, like the conversational aspect of it. But we weren't tempted to make it a podcast because there wasn't a real industry around podcasts. I mean, it's funny because when we started out on YouTube, Apple was pushing their podcast, video podcast. And so
That you
when
can
we
watch on
looked at
iTunes.
it,
I remember Rogan going like, that, we're not doing that. That's not a good idea. And then I remember one day him going, yo, you need video. You need video.
Right. It was a little too early because that was like 07.
but we kept the card table.
This is this is really hard for anyone listening to wrap their head around because a lot of the people watching right now are going, wait, I was on YouTube in 07. And you're like, no, you weren't. You actually weren't. You
weren't.
You weren't.
The other thing was, like you were talking about your friends launching that Zoom culture, a competitor to YouTube before you needed to compete with YouTube.
Yeah.
There was at least 10.
We had a tool that would
Websites.
take our video, our latest video, and you would upload to that website, and then it would distribute the same video to like 11 different services, including YouTube.
Because you didn't know which one was going to work.
Oh,
It would go to like MySpace, YouTube.
MySpace.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard MySpace.
Rever. You remember Rever? You ever hear about this one?
No.
Hey, handsome. Nice face you have shaved there. Whether you're going smooth shaven or maintaining a beard, Dollar Shave Club offers shave and grooming products that are always high quality and never overpriced. The Club Series 6 blade razor has 6 stainless steel blades for their closest and most comfortable shave with a vitamin E infused lubricant strip for comfort and glide and precision trimming for precise detailing. And after you shave, their post-shave dew is formulated with a blend of botanicals extracts to help relieve post-shave irritation and redness. It's a fast-absorbing serum to instantly hydrate and calm the skin after a shave. I'm telling you right now, I use them to shave. All I shave is these sides. I shave straight down. I don't even need anything. That blade pulls everything off, and that little vitamin strip moisturizes. I don't have to put anything on after. It's so... You could just use their razors, but don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. You can visit their site right now for 20% off, $20 or more, and get your products delivered right to your door. Visit dollarshaveclub.com/burning and use promo code burning for 20% off, $20 or more. And remember, however you shave, Dollar Shave Club is here to help you stay handsome. This show is sponsored by DraftKings. A chill is in the air, leaves falling on the ground, and football every weekend. That's what fall's all about. You can make each weekend even more exciting by getting in on the action with my partners at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet on touchdowns. And right now, all new customers who bet $5 will instantly get $200 in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code BURNING. The crown is yours. Think about what I just said. That is $200 in bonus bets instantly. Stay in on all the action and use your $200 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. And if sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the action and all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. I'm telling you, man, it makes football so much fun. My Monday nights, and by the way, we had 2 games last Monday night. Yesterday, it was out of this world. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use my promo code BURNING and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code BURNING only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
So you making a meat pocket over there.
Yeah. I get real meticulous.
You don't want it to be too thick.
I don't, because when it gets too thick, you start losing all the flavor. It's like the meat should complement the flavor in this. I really feel.
But you don't want it too thin.
You don't want it too thin, but I'll tell you right now, you almost can't go too thin. You'll be shocked. Yeah, you'll be shocked.
It's like a vertical smash burger.
I'd like to change this episode. Guys, today I'm making vertical smash burgers.
There you go.
That's why you roll in the big bucks. Tell me about old school YouTube money.
Oh, God.
There was none.
Well, it won't take long.
Wait, was it for real?
So the way we ended up doing it full time before YouTube was paying us is we would create a concept for a video, and then we would think of a brand that we could incorporate, and then we would make cold calls. And so that was the only way that we made money.
See,
for the first
that's what we
few
were.
years.
That's what we were doing. So it was like music video sketches. We started making local commercials for real businesses in North Carolina, and that got turned into a television show on IFC. That's what moved us out to LA.
Oh, really?
We made an ad for Red House Furniture where black people and white people buy furniture.
There was a racial reconciliation commercial for furniture.
Look at the sofa. It's perfect for a black person or a white person.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
And Hispanic people too.
And that really worked. Like, Rhett was being interviewed on CNN.
Yeah.
Trying to defend our decisions.
That was the first thing that people cared about, really.
That's great. That's great.
All of a sudden, we're like, TV production companies want to make a show with us. And we're like, okay, well, we'll come out to LA. We fancied the idea of coming out here.
Yeah. And we also thought, we were like, okay, it worked. We did it. We used YouTube as this jumping off point to get into real entertainment. That's how we were thinking about it at the time.
That's how I think all of us thought.
Right.
Everyone was like, yo, we'll get a podcast going and then I'm going to get a radio show.
Yeah. Right. That's what we were
It's
thinking.
comical to think now, but it's like, you were like,
that's exactly
dude,
how it works.
and I'll learn how to do radio. Do you know, can I tell you crazy? I did a podcast where I introduced songs so I could show it to radio stations that I could hit the post. I recorded that and I posted it.
You did?
Yeah, on my podcast, thinking someone's gonna go, yo. Because
we auditioned for
the
linear
world,
radio.
for linear radio to the world. I put it out to the world, and it was. And by the way, I'm hammered, and I'm just drinking and telling you why I love songs, and the in betweens were like 15 minutes long. Let me tell you about Morrissey's huge in the Mexican culture, and no one knows why. But let me tell you something. This guy defines sexuality in 9th grade. You can find it. It's out there, everybody.
It's out there. Once it's out.
Did you get a call back or?
No. None of my plans have ever. I tell you what. I got to be honest with you. If you said, Bert, I'd like to buy your company right now, I would partner with you guys in a heartbeat because you know so much more than I do and how to make things. So I'm an idea guy and I not much of an execution guy. I have the idea Like I go, I want to do a show called Something's Burning, where I cook with just people I like. And I remember everyone going, are you a chef? And I was like, no. And they're like, we're gonna pass. And I was like, okay. And then finally I just gave up. I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, and it got big views. And then they're like, yeah, your stupid ideas, you can make them. But you guys have great ideas and you make them. I mean, you guys.
Well, let me ask you this.
We got pretty lucky in a lot of different ways.
So, okay. So you just percolate ideas all the time.
Yes.
What is that? So you don't go into a mode. You just can't. You can't turn it off.
Yeah, can't shut it off.
So how many are you writing them down?
I have my phone. If I told you my ideas, you'd be like, huh?
Rhett's much more the ideas guy because he's like future, and I'm like, oh, look at this right here now.
Yeah.
So I think we're a good team in that way, but every idea to me is like, okay, he's telling me something that could be the thing that we're devoting most of our energy to moving forward, or it could just be just another shit thing that he came up with. Somebody's got to say, all right, is this really a good idea, or is this just another idea?
There are times when I'm envious of, you've got like the old school, filmmaker from the 80s.
Yeah.
Who is like, he's got one project every 2 to 3 years that he's thinking about, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
And there are still people who are able to do that.
You would hate that, though.
Well, no, I'm actually really grateful that we live in a time where you can have an idea and it can become something that is distributed by you without any gatekeepers within a week if you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that we started to realize, like when we first started meeting people, like, okay, when we first got an agent, it was like, hey, go to this meeting. We're like, well, what's the meeting for? Oh, it's a general. It's like, what the hell is
I love general.
What's a general?
I
we
love
didn't
general
even know what it
meetings.
was.
We didn't know what it was. I mean, it makes sense now that a general meeting is you're just talking about general things, not specific things.
Did
but
not make sense
it
to
didn't
us.
click to us. So we were in the lobby, and we're like, well, what are we gonna pitch these guys? And we start looking at the movie posters in the lobby. And there's like an alien thing, and there's like there's some sci-fi stuff, but there's also some like comedy. So
this could work.
In the like 20 minutes in the lobby, we craft a movie premise that's about a band that's from the 70s that is very popular with the current president in the 70s, who puts their music and broadcasts it out into the universe, like they did with the Voyager, where they put like music on the record when they send it out. And an alien civilization falls in love with this band. And in modern day, the alien civilization is coming to attack Earth. And the only way to save Earth is to bring the band back together.
That's a fucking great,
right?
That's a fucking great pitch.
So we're coming up with
so
this
all
in
these
the waiting
old
room.
guys from the 70s, like,
We're like, oh shit, we gotta come up with something. And we go into the general, and we're like, they're like just being friendly, and we're like, okay. So we just go into it, It's like,
That's wild.
but I mean, then nothing comes of it. It's like they didn't know what to do with us,
because
we didn't know what to do with them.
We thought we needed the traditional entities in order to make the stuff that we wanted to.
Yeah.
We thought that for a really long time.
It's really taken till now. I mean, like a year ago, we made a video. We put it on our like OG channel.
Which
it's
one?
Called the Rhett and Link channel.
Yeah.
Because Good Mythical Morning became the big channel, but it was our second channel.
Really?
So our OG channel, Rhett and Link, we went on that channel. We said, we put out a video called "We're Done." We're done asking permission. We're done going to these meetings trying to explain what it is we do and how we might work together. We're writing all this stuff down, pitching it, and then it's never turning into anything. When over here with our audience, we can guarantee that a lot of people will see it and celebrate it.
Yeah.
We've got to channel even more of our creative energy into something that we can make, which is why we made, the show that we're excited about now is Wonderhole.
Dude, so Wonderhole's fascinating. And by the way, I keep thinking, you guys are so much more than what I've seen. Like you guys, the one I watched was the time travel one.
Okay, yeah.
That is a movie. That is a movie.
Making the decision to just make that show, which is, it's every episode is very different, but by deciding to make it and then say, what are we going to learn from this? What are people really responding to? What are we responding to? What do we want to try again? And then we can just go take those lessons and make a second season.
Just having this conversation with you is fascinating for me. And I think anyone watching is like, God, I know those guys, but maybe I don't know them. I'm just seeing like 22, 35, millions of views on you guys just being friends.
We have unabashedly, completely monetized our friendship. The fact that it's still real is, that's the miracle.
Does anyone ever say to you guys, oh my God, you guys are really friends?
Oh yeah.
All the time.
Say it to me and Tom constantly. They're like, wait, you guys are like, for real friends? I was like, yeah, what did you think? We weren't hired by a studio.
Yes.
Now you're putting blue cheese on a lot of these.
Oh, did I say you didn't like blue cheese?
You won't eat those. Blue
don't worry,
cheese
don't
with
worry. You just don't
jalapenos,
eat
that's
this one.
great.
I already put it in there. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I got so many better ones for you.
All right.
I got so many better ones.
It's the best
These-
cheese, man.
So you're making 3 of a kind.
How much money do you guys spend on food for your company? Do you ever track that?
I'm sure we do.
Someone does.
Anytime you guys do Will It Popsicle, Best Chip, anytime you do those, you got me. You got
Yeah,
me. That's
right.
my favorite conversations are.
It's so relatable.
That's how it started.
We slowly started doing it. And then at a certain point, it's like, yeah, when you eat the world's hottest pepper at the time, and you see that, all right, this is killing. This
well,
is
it was
getting-
kind of a slow.
It was murdering.
It was a slow
Yeah,
realization
crazy.
that food is ultimately more interesting than us.
Fuck, I wanted to make one more. I forgot to do it. You know what I'm gonna try
You
doing?
need another pan?
Another tray.
What, drive another tray? There's one more. Oh, there's another one?
Yeah.
There's one more I want to make that I wanted to try. I'm really interested in this one. I want to see if this works.
What are you gonna do?
So I want to do a barbecue one.
Please.
What's your favorite burger in town?
Ooh, you just made my mouth water. That's crazy that you could do that. You know how like when you see some kid like break his arm on a skateboard and your asshole tingles?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me more.
So best burger in town. So there's a burger place on the corner of Lancashire and Camarillo.
That's your favorite burger.
And that's my favorite burger in LA. And it's one of those ones where it's like, it's everyone's standing, you can sit and eat, there's benches, there's tables, but like everyone's standing and you can just, and they're making it right there. They're like,
Is
right.
it a smash burger?
No, it's not a smash burger, it's an old school burger.
Okay.
Is it Jack's Classic? It's Jack's Classic.
Jack's Classic.
So like I got really into that burger where it was like, yo, if you guys want burgers, I know my burger place. I love In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out. I can't say no to In-N-Out ever.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
when I'm keto, I can't say no to In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's a treat. It's a treat spot for me. Oh. Thank God for the line.
Yeah. Oh, thank God for the fucking line.
yeah, it's the only thing that keeps you from going all the time.
Well, we have the same favorite.
What's your same
I mean,
favorite?
to your credit,
For
you
the
sent
win.
me there.
For the win.
Smash burger.
There's two locations, one in
Hollywood.
Los Feliz and one in Glendale.
Okay.
They do them so thin that you can get a triple. So you get a triple, and it's actually not that much meat,
good.
but the meat is so thin that it's got that lattice, that meat lattice that happens and hangs out over the edge.
Yeah.
It's
Just
so good.
crispy.
And you just get it just like they suggest, which is cheese, special sauce, and pickles.
Cheese, speckles, sauce. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So good.
when
Now
I,
you need to be doing what Daddy Cook does.
what's that?
Daddy Cook give you a little piece. You know, give me a little treat.
Yeah,
This has been sitting there
You
for
know,
a
like-
while.
Yeah, this is like Mr.
Here.
Bill.
Oh, what? I mean, that's
Pass it around.
that's
Get
that's
yourself
a
some.
handful.
Oh my God. There's nothing better than brisket.
Oh.
Brisket can sit around. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Have you ever thought about opening a restaurant?
We thought about it.
We've talked about it.
For us, the idea was, and it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
We wanted to make a restaurant where you would go and play with your food. So we would, because on the show we gamify so much of what we do. We thought, okay, you can buy the onion rings, but then it becomes like a ring toss.
Well, we had like some everybody gets a wing, but one of them is secretly hot and stuff. But I think
So it's very gamified.
We call
type
that.
stuff.
Do you know what we call that in our house? Poison. We get the girls, we get crackers, we put cheese on the crackers, and we put one habanero under the cheese, and you'd spin it. We just put it here the other day with everyone. You'd spin it on a Lazy Susan,
Right.
just like this. Everyone would get the one in front of them, and you'd eat it, and it was so fun when they were kids.
That's how our team comes up with episodes for Good Mythical Morning.
So we're like, how do you take some of that and put it into a dining experience? But I don't know, man. It's hard enough to keep making content that people want to watch.
You ready for the idea,
Yes.
guy? You want to hear
Yeah.
my restaurant that I legit was going to open, and my dad said to me, buddy, you're not a smart guy. He was like, listen, you got a lot of ideas, and that's awesome, but use those ideas for comedy. That's the thing you can do. And so this is a joke. It's not a real idea.
Okay.
It's called Rickshaws. Rickshaw.
All right.
It's on Riverside or Ventura. It's on Riverside. I was going to open it in Riverside. That's where I was looking at. And there are 10 rickshaws. That's the advertising. There's 10 rickshaws that have our branding on the outside, big sign with our branding on the sign. Our deal is if you live within a half a mile from rickshaws, we'll pick you up and we'll take you home. My dad's like, that's a horrific idea.
Well, it's not a restaurant. It's a designated driver service.
Technically.
What's the food?
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
Just cocktails.
You can do this for an existing restaurant.
It's the same mistake we made. We thought about giving people an experience, but we didn't think about, well,
what the food is. So let's talk about this. Can I tell you, and I know that this is up your alley. So can I tell you what drives me nuts? That thing. We haven't done anything. I listened to a whole documentary about the making of the fork. You know the first person to ever use a fork almost got killed? She was a princess. She came down to Italy.
Stabbed herself?
No. She used a fork in front of all the new court she was in front of. She was like from France, and she goes down to Italy, marries the prince, and she has a fork, very rudimentary fork, 2 prongs, sticks it in her meat, puts her meat in her mouth with the fork, and everyone's like, the f is she doing, right? Changes the game of forks. Now, from that one lady that was like, 44 BC or whatever the it was, to this thing, all we've had is 2 more prongs.
Yeah, we've only doubled it.
We've only doubled it. That's it. No, wait, you haven't heard my pitch. It's called a monkey fist fork, okay? Little monkey paws that grab the salad like this. It's like on a trigger. You grab your salad, put it in your mouth, it releases, and it drops the food in your mouth. Like if a little monkey was feeding you. Okay, it's the first idea.
Okay.
There's no idea is a bad idea, right, guys?
Yeah, well, that one was, though.
As a kid, I loved eating cereal, but as an adult, I didn't want all the sugar, and most of the cereals didn't give me the protein I needed. Then I found Magic Spoon. Dude, it was a game changer. A nostalgically delicious cereal that tastes just like my childhood favorites, but without the sugar and with a ton of protein. Every serving of Magic Spoon cereal has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of net carbs, so you can feel good about what you're eating. And their most popular flavors are fruity and cocoa, but there's so many more. Magic Spoon's brand new treats are awesome. They're crispy, crunchy, airy, and easy way to get 12 grams of protein on the go. And for the first time ever, Magic Spoon's in stores, available in grocery stores with their most delicious flavors like marshmallow and my personal favorite, chocolatey peanut butter. I had one the other day as a little treat. Oh, you know I've been keto for a long time, and this cereal, I can have 2 bowls of it and pack up with protein, get no sugar, feel good about myself. Boom. There's nothing better than a bowl of cereal just in the middle of the day or at night before you go to bed. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry. Get $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com/burning, or look for Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. That's magicspoon.com/burning for $5 off. Magic Spoon. Hold on to the dream. Managing finances can feel complicated and time-consuming, right? But it doesn't have to be. Rocket Money simplifies everything, making it so easy to see exactly what's happening with your finances, track your spending, and give you full control of all of it right from your phone. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where all your money's going. For any you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them with just a few taps. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of, get ready for this, 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. This is a no-brainer. You know, it's so funny. I went and I did Leanne's, and this is a woman that never subscribes to anything, and she had a ton of unwanted subscriptions. She had one that was like Bikini Body or something. It was a paid thing where you could AI. I think I put it on her phone. Anyway, stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/burning. That's rocketmoney.com/burning, rocketmoney.com/burning. burning.
These look great. So, but like that's like stuff like that. That's where my brain gets excited, and I start going like, oh, let's.
Because
So
you got the
8
swivels and you got
times.
multiple prongs.
That's what you're saying. You're saying there's 4 of these, but there's 8 and they're in a circle.
Yeah, but I feel like the Gillette Sensor XL, which I think they perfected in 1998 or something like that, that's what I still use. I'm holding on to one. I don't shave a lot. I just shave up under here.
Me too.
And right here,
do
right?
the sides.
Yeah,
You should do the
not as
sides.
much as I should.
You should.
So the Gillette Sensor XL, no swivel, no swivel, 2 blades. I feel like when they got into the Mach 3 and the 4, and then they did the swivel, I started losing the ability to be precise.
Yes. Well,
But doesn't it go like this too? Boing, boing,
It's not a
boing.
flower. What are you talking about?
It boings.
it goes like this. You need,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
bends.
yeah. I don't like that either.
Well, it's you're also just going like you're kind of like you're destroying your own market. You delivered 2, which was great. Yeah. It was great. I remember that. And then you go 3, and you're like, okay, well, I'll never buy 2 again. And then you're like, now 6, and I'm like, okay, so wait, what was 2 about? What were we not thinking?
Right.
When you pitched the idea in the room, was everyone like, what about 3? And you're like, shut the f up.
Right.
And he's like, all right, Bill had a good point. All right, 2's are ridiculous.
2 is plenty. 1 is probably fine. I've still got the handle from college, like the. And then,
Oh, wow.
So I've got in my travel bag. That's a different handle that still fits the Sensor XL, but it doesn't fit perfectly. And so I feel like if I lose this one from college, I'm just gonna stop shaving.
Well, I don't think we'd notice.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it doesn't look like you actually shave.
That's why I'm willing to do it.
Can I tell you? So I get onto the fork thing, and I think I find a solve. Okay.
Yes.
And I gained so much weight using a serving fork.
Holy shit.
I was using serving forks for a
But
while.
so you went down,
in
a time.
number.
But bigger, but wider.
3 huge times.
If you do that for rice or salad, you just get so much more in your mouth.
Good God, man, you're like.
Dude, I gained so much weight, and
Big forks.
I literally, it was a joke at first. I was like, and then I started doing it for real. And then I remember telling someone, like, I'm gaining a lot of weight. And they go, aren't you using serving forks?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, that's why you're gaining weight.
Yeah, it's portion size.
It's crazy.
It's a damn trident, man. You're eating with a trident.
It's pretty important.
What are you, Aquarius? What's the guy's name? Aquaman?
Poseidon.
All right. Salty or sweet?
Salty.
Salty.
Salty. Okay, good. F- everyone.
Yeah, I don't get sweet, really. I mean, I understand.
I get it,
guess
but
I can wrap my head around the concept.
Yeah.
But I go, I once got, I'm mocked on 2 Bears. I was like, so you're like a grown man eating an ice cream cone? I was like, that's what you do? You just sit on the corner and just lick it? Like,
Yeah. I can do without it.
Right.
And then someone posted a picture of me eating an ice cream. You can't say anything anymore.
My version of that was, I don't know how this came up on the show, but we taste that stuff from around the world. But one of our most successful series is we taste the food and then we throw a dart at where we think it's from on a map. And they had some corn dish. And I was like,
Okay.
and Thailand was one of the choices on the map. And I was like,
This is great.
the last place I would expect to eat corn is Thailand. I'm not
100%.
going for that. And then I throw for somewhere else.
Mexico.
And then Rhett's like, hold on, didn't you vacation in Thailand like last year? And don't we have a picture of you eating corn?
There's literally
They're
a
the-
picture
they're-
of him on a beach in Thailand laying down
just eating nothing but corn.
with a whole corn cob in his hand. Like, what are the chances that you had actually...
I didn't remember.
Yeah.
It's not the type of thing that I remember. I don't know why.
Ultimate food host.
Does Double Dare count? I don't know if they actually ate.
Is that Mark Summer?
Yeah, Mark Summers.
Summers.
Mark Summers.
I got Mark Summers to do a cameo for my wife's 40th birthday.
Did you ever see Bert Reynolds and Mark Summers fight?
What? What are you talking about?
It's the best clip in the world.
Like a verbal
real fight?
altercation?
Nope. A fist fight, practical fist fight on Johnny Carson.
Oh, I guess I've seen this clip.
Yes.
They're sitting next to him because Mark is out and Bert is still in the other chair.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
I guess Mark Summers made a quip, made a divorce quip or something.
Yeah.
I think he made like a quip. Mark Summers is a funny dude. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was a comedian first. And so he makes a quip, and Burt Reynolds is like, ha, I guess I gotta do that. And Mark Summers slams him. And Burt Reynolds is like, that doesn't happen. So then they have
you don't
they
do
have
that
a
to Burt
cake.
Reynolds.
They're gonna put cake in each other's faces, and Burt Reynolds takes a swing at Mark Summers. He goes, wham, and you're like, oh shit, someone got in their feelings.
Yeah.
That's athlete shit.
Yeah.
That's athlete shit. Dude,
Wow.
do you know how many times I got beat up in high school because I made a joke to a guy that didn't understand how words worked?
Because you're just being you.
I was just being like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You'd ask me a question, I'm going to give you a funny answer.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
looking at? And I don't know. Well, I don't know. What are you looking at?
Trying
And I
to figure it out.
I go,
problem-
you, apparently.
The problem is you did that and played sports. It's like
Yeah.
you can't see. I talked a lot of shit, but I didn't. I mean, I played soccer, but I didn't play sports.
Yeah, right.
Clip that out. Clip that out. Clip that out. That's the
hold on,
fucking
let me-
viral video.
Let me say that different. The way that I played soccer made it not a sport.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it for a
You
taste
were on
longer.
defense.
All right.
So
But I
no,
would talk shit, but I never got beat up for the shit I talked, even though my 8th grade PE teacher said, when you go to high school next year, they're gonna stuff you in a locker.
yeah.
I remember him saying that because his face was right here. But it never happened.
I had a teacher, the number one thing I heard in my life was, you may be a big fish in this pond, but wait till you go to high school.
Yeah, just
All
wait.
boys Catholic high school, they're gonna knock your dick in the dirt. And then, oh, you may be big at this high school, but wait till you go to Florida State. That's where you're gonna realize what a small fish. And when I was graduating Florida State, I was written up in Rolling Stone magazine. I was moving to New York to do stand-up. And a teacher failed me for no reason at all, just ego. A teacher failed me for ego. It was a creative writing class, it was subjective. And he just goes, I'm failing you. I went to his office, I drove back up to Tallahassee, and I was like, and I talked to the admissions, and they said that, I can do extra credit to pass class. I'm moving to New York to start stand-up, and I don't really have time to come back for another year to do just 3 hours.
That was between you and your degree.
Yeah, that was 3 hours for me and my degree.
Okay.
And the guy goes, yeah, you can go yourself. And I was in his closet of an office, and I was like, I'm sorry? He's like, you're gonna be famous, man. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. We'll all be staying here. He goes, let me tell you something, buddy. When you go to New York, you might be a big fish in this pond, but when you go to New York, you're gonna realize how small of a fish you are. And I was like, wait, are we grown-ups? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I just want to go to, I don't even want the degree. My dad wants it. I don't want it. But that was a saying I heard all my whole life.
That's a lot. So you didn't get it.
I had to take prison classes.
Oh,
This is before the internet. This is 97. I had to take correspondence classes through the Florida State prison system.
so you got beat up in high school, but then in college, you were still talking your shit, but you didn't get beat up.
No. I got beat up in college, too. I got beat up in college. One dude beat me up in high school and in college.
Oh, damn.
It's actually remarkable how
Twofer.
you've avoided being punched.
I know,
It's really.
You never been punched?
He's never been punched.
Well, I'm not volunteering for it, so don't get excited.
But you've never been punched.
Never been punched.
No.
Oh.
It's not that unusual. I think the majority of people live their lives in such a way that they don't get
you
punched.
asked your dad recently how many
Raise
times
your
you've
hand
been
in this
punched.
room if you've been punched. Okay, everyone in this room.
These are the people you
I haven't been
associate
punched.
You
yourself
haven't
with.
been punched?
I'm 6 foot.
Well, they are
7.
cameramen, no offense.
I'm 6'7" and I don't piss people off.
Well, you're not going to get punched because but like a guy like me and you.
Oh, I definitely.
You're taller-
deserve
you're
to
bigger
get-
than me.
I
You're
deserve
bigger
to
than I
get
am.
punched, and I have a lot. Don't get me wrong.
I've been punched. Yeah, I've been punched a lot.
So
I've been
that
punched.
means you've been punching a lot.
No.
Doesn't it?
I've maybe punched one person.
I,
By the way,
I
the
punched
second
twice.
I did it, I regretted it so much.
I saved
It
him.
bothered me so. It was like the first time I didn't wear a
She was
condom.
weeping.
Yeah, she was so upset. She was like, she couldn't hold herself together. She was crying. I was like, come on. This isn't what I saw in the Ike and Tina movie. I thought you just sing better. No, I punched one kid in my neighborhood. I punched him. And he just made it too real. He was like, you just punched me. And I was like, I know. And he was like, why would you do that? And I was like, you got me mad. And he was like, but you hit me. You're not supposed to hit people. And I was like, but you can't say those things. And he was like, are you gonna punch me again? And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, why the f is this so awkward?
That's a good plan.
I punched two
Guilt
guys.
them into.
I punched two guys, and one was in defense of you in like maybe 5th grade. One time in the stomach, and it was over. And then I punched
Oh wow.
who ended up being our bassist in our high school band. But before that,
What was the name of your high school band?
Wax Paper Dogs.
Oh, giving out spankings.
Giving out spankings?
Yeah.
With a Z.
We never got that far.
Yeah.
We never wrote it down.
Spankin'. Yeah, there was never a flyer. No need for promotion for giving out spankins.
Never got that far.
Spankins needed a Z, bro.
Spankins.
Or at least it definitely didn't need a G.
Spankins.
I'm gonna start to plate these. I got the egg ones are coming in. Need a little cooking.
The band naming convention has gotten different though, because like there's a band like high school kids. What did I say it was? I think it's butt dog fart.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Like that's
I'm already in.
that's what they're calling the bands now.
BFDF.
BFDF.
Butt dog
But
fart.
it's something like that. If it's not that, it might be dog fart butt. It might be DFBF.
I don't think it matters what order you say the words in.
Right, but it
Yeah.
is at least it's
They're getting their
those
point
four
across.
words.
It kind of works no matter what.
Vaginal blood fart? I'm in. Dude, do you know Pearl Jam's the name of their band before they picked Pearl Jam? I was a big Pearl Jam fan.
What?
Mookie Blaylock.
Oh, yeah, the basketball player.
Yeah, I love that. I just think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know Stone
Throw them
Temple. You know
better.
Stone Temple Pilots' name before they picked Stone Temple Pilots?
butt dog
Nope.
biscuit?
STP. Shirley Temple's pussy.
Oh,
So they kept the acronym.
Yeah, they kept the acronym, but they changed it. Have you ever seen Shirley Temple in blackface?
No.
Get me your numbers. I'll text it to you. It
Okay.
is.
I don't know. I can't receive text like that.
Yeah.
It is one of those moments of television where you go, who are the execs?
It was a different time.
It's so aggressive.
Did you ever see Stone Temple Pilots live?
No,
No.
I don't think I did.
Or in blackface.
No, I'll tell you what. Can I ask you this question? Because this is a big fight between me and Tom. So he asked me if I'd ever seen Nirvana live, and I said, I think so. And he goes, what do you mean you think so? I go, I think I did. I think I saw them with Smashing Pumpkins in Tallahassee.
Well.
And he goes, what do you mean you think so? I go, I don't remember, but I remember it, but I don't know if it's real or not. And he goes, well, find out if it's real. I said, I don't want to.
You dreamed it?
It doesn't matter. I have that memory, so why would I get rid of that memory? Right? I have the memory.
Yeah.
You can only lose by confirming that you didn't do it.
Correct.
I mean, the majority of the memories that we have now are just memories of us
Telling the story.
recalling the memory. That's how memories work in general.
Yeah.
You say as many things as we've said. This goes for you too. For as long as we've said it, I mean, people can really probably trace back the reality of stuff that we believe is not true of our own stories.
Oh.
That's my theory.
Are there pages dedicated to you guys? Like, are there
Yes.
people that are like obsessed with you guys and post everything you say, and they're like, hold on, when the fuck did Rhett all of a sudden he's Republican? Or I don't know.
I think the most interesting example of that, the people who are 100% convinced that we're f***ing each other.
I never saw that page.
Yep, you got to go deep for this one. There's a fan fiction that we were forced to read on our show at one point by our staff, where Link finds a.
This is no tomatoes. This is you.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna put you here.
Link finds an unopened jar of peanut butter and he fucks the peanut butter.
Fan fiction.
And then he talks me into doing the same.
Really?
Do your fans write fiction about you?
They're not fans, but yeah, they definitely write fiction. You got to realize they're fans ultimately, and I know they're watching.
You know the.
You don't
I don't watch
You
it.
don't
I don't watch
read
it.
reviews and comments and stuff.
I don't watch or read any comments.
If you're sidestepping an overload of feedback, how do you get some sort of
Get somebody else to read the comments.
feedback that, like, I mean,
How important
constructive
is-
feedback is a good thing, right?
Yeah, but how
to
important
know if
is-
something worked.
For me, my art is comedy. So if I can get people to laugh, I know I'm doing well, and that's how I judge it. Look, I know what my comments say. They go, Bert, stop talking. You're not letting them talk. I know that. I know that.
It's also a good thing to do things that you are curious what the response is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've done Good Mythical Morning so long, and you want us to eat this?
Yeah, we should try it. We should
May
try
I?
it. Should we? Yeah. You want to go?
I mean, I gotta.
A serving spoon?
I gotta try it.
Which one should we try first? Do you want to try? Let's try old school cheeseburger. That's this one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting all that cheese.
Tastes like McDonald's, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it sure does.
Tastes like McDonald's.
Damn.
That's good. That's a winner.
Yeah, right?
It's good, and you've cooked it right.
For sure.
Thank you very much. All right, which one's next? Should we go jalapeno, bacon, blue cheese? Oh, that's not yours, but we can try it.
He's going to bypass that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's on. I am going to try it. Listen, if I didn't eat stuff that I don't like, I wouldn't be on the internet anymore.
That's special, man.
Blue cheese is the move.
See, you got to make stuff that you want to observe the reaction, Bert. See, you're not just making this in a vacuum. You want us to respond. I mean, and you're doing stuff that's not in front of a crowd. You got to take some risks and see if it worked or not. At a certain point, you got to listen to something. Like we did.
How about this?
All right.
How about this? You ready? Because I like ideas. You guys do an episode about the comments from this show. And then I will do one episode fully based on your notes. You guys do the comments.
Our world, Bert.
You do the comments
Nothing
and you go, here's the deal. And then it'll be a good Mythical morning show. I'll bring on 2 comics and we will do a good Mythical morning show that will be all about your notes. You go, here's the deal. The food did not look good. I'm looking at this plate going, it looks a little underwhelming. It looks like a bake sale that went wrong.
But we're saying that now we're launching a show where we give people notes. I love this.
Yeah, the note show.
The note show.
Yeah.
And you
It's
bring
pretty
on popular
insider.
podcasts. You bring on popular podcasts, you give them notes.
Just tell them why their show sucks.
You bring on Tim Dillon and you go, hey man,
Or why it worked.
or why it worked.
Or why it worked.
Yeah.
You need to lean into this. Listen, we've read your comments, we have notes.
Well, you did
Hold
talk.
on,
We have notes.
hold on. You know that I did pitch a show called I Have Notes about movies where I bring in the director and I go, I have notes.
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, that's the show. Is I have notes. We have notes.
You had an idea for a service that you would be hired to tell people who had given massages how good of a,
Yeah.
And I think you just
That's what I want to be. A
I think
massage
you just
critic.
invented Yelp.
Yeah.
Yeah, we invented Yelp for podcasts.
You guys bring on every
Apple.
big podcast and you just go, we have notes. And they come in, they sit with the 2 of you, and you go, all right, here's
they
the deal.
submit to it.
You guys have a very popular podcast.
You would love that.
But we have notes.
The blue cheese was not bad at all.
No,
because
right?
It
It's
was,
great.
It was cooked in.
Cooking the
and
blue
there's
cheese
bacon.
also takes a little bit of the edge off. You
So
know?
are we going egg?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh,
look
the
at that.
egg. I love
That's nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it right there.
That's nice, man. A little poached almost.
Poached egg.
All right,
Which one?
the egg one was very egg forward for me. That just wasn't my pick.
You're not an eggy
Yeah.
guy. What is this one?
So this one you're gonna really like, and I'm telling you, this is the one that snuck up on everyone. They were like, what the was that?
I'm just gonna pick it up and bite it.
Do it.
It's a muffin basically.
The Dijon.
The Dijon. The Dijon is the shit. The Dijon with the Swiss cheese and the mushroom,
mushrooms.
uncooked mushroom.
I like.
Oh,
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
motherfucker. I'm 51 and I'm still putting shit on me. Like, when's that gonna stop?
Yeah,
It almost-
it's not going to
It
stop.
almost completely came off.
It's going to get worse.
You ever bite your tongue and you go, I'm still biting my tongue?
Oh, I
He
bite
does it
my
all the
tongue
time.
every week. It's like I have a quota apparently. I don't know what it is.
All right, let's try
going in.
barbecue. You ready?
Woo! All right, yeah.
So this is the extra one I made because I was like,
Brisket?
I've seen so many of these types of burgers. Brisket, cheese underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't get the pickle. Let me get some of that pickle.
Oh yeah.
That's good. And the great thing about this is the buffet sensation.
Yeah, right?
You get to move around. You get to eat a few. You're not overcommitting to one particular type.
I don't like to commit to too much flavor for one thing. You know what I like about bibimbap? Is actually like every bite tastes new.
Yeah.
Or even like ramen. I love ramen. How old were you the first time you tried ramen?
Oh, you know, we didn't have any. The only non-American food I had until college was like there was one Mexican restaurant in Fuquay-Varina,
I never ate at a Mexican
and there was a
restaurant.
Chinese place that my parents would get food from like maybe once a year.
They get a poo-poo platter.
And
that was a big thing.
And that was
Yeah,
it.
poo-poo platter.
That was it.
I didn't eat a burrito until college.
Yeah.
My first burrito, I went to University of Florida to like look at the school, and they're like, "You want a burrito?" And I was like, "I don't think I know what that is." Like I had
Exactly.
Mexican food, but I just had tacos.
Yeah.
And they gave me this football, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh!"
I'm going to college here.
Yeah. So ramen was.
It's a different world now. I remember the first time we had chicken wings. You know, was in
Were you a Mennonite?
was in college. I don't know
no,
what.
The first time we had like buffalo wings.
Yeah.
It was freshman year at NC
Right,
State
I had a
University.
fried chicken wing off of a.
Yeah, you've had it off fried
but I've
chicken,
not had
but not like a chicken wing.
buffalo
I
wing.
ate 55 of them.
Are you serious?
He didn't know they would. He'd
55
never get another
chicken
one.
wings the first time I ever had a buffalo wing.
I can see myself doing that. First, I was very lucky that I grew up right near a Hooters. So, and I'm still to this day a ride or die for Hooters.
They have hoots now too. I think they're trying to clean up the image a little bit.
Well, it's just the boobyless Hooters.
It's Hoots Wings. It's
But
so you can bring the
food is
kids.
good. The food's good.
So you bring
Yeah.
the kids.
It's like a horror movie with no murder.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah,
I know. So I can assume they're dead.
Right.
I can assume they have tits. I need to see the tits to know they have tits, guys. That's how it works. Listen, they're already wearing what I consider very conservative outfits. Quite honestly,
Hose?
they wear hose. I need to see real legs. It's pretty low lines. My wife wear those lines, and she's 54.
I think we've done it. I think we're friends now.
Yep. It
I think
happened.
we might
Can
be.
we? I think.
Group text?
Yes.
Mythical orgy. Great episode, everybody. Thank you.
That was good.
That was great. That was fun as shit.
Look at how much he effortlessly ate.
Yeah. I can do it,
damn.
man. I house it.
Something's burning.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.